Yeah, guys, can you imagine leaving behind your home, your family, your entire life? Well, that's the reality of 17-year-old Axel Ponce, who had no choice but to leave Puerto Rico. But Axel's story is just one of many, as more than 40% of Puerto Ricans are still in the dark nearly 4 months after Hurricane Maria. Following the controversial comments made by President Donald Trump about Haiti and African countries, the Haitian community here in Salisbury is saying they're disappointed by the words used by the nation's leader. Después de 6 años de servicio, la doctora Juliet Bell renunciará a su cargo de presidenta en la Universidad de Maryland Eastern Shore. Having trouble finding the right job? WBOC is here to help you at the WBOC Job Fair on Saturday, March 3rd at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Habla con más de 30 empleadores con más de 700 vacantes listos para contratarte. It's been exactly a month since 17 kids were shot and killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. And today, students all across the nation decided to walk out for exactly 17 minutes to commemorate the 17 lives that were lost. Now this Kmart is just one of 64 sites closing its doors this spring, and liquidation sales are expected to begin as early as January 12th. President Trump has fired his Secretary of State. Rex Tillerson and the president have been at odds almost from the beginning, and rumors of his departure have been swirling for months. Chris, we spoke with ICE agents earlier today that do confirm that there was one targeted arrest here in Georgetown. Well, still to come here on WBOC News at 4, vegetarian fast food is supposed to be healthier than other fried options, but they may have more calories than you'd expect. And while most folks here in Salisbury are trying to stay inside and stay warm, others are doing everything they can to escape all this snow. And coming up on WBOC News at noon, do you have an Amazon Echo? If so, we have a warning for you. It can be used for eavesdropping. Yeah, guys, can you imagine leaving behind your home, your family, your entire life? Well, that's the reality of 17-year-old Axel Ponce, who had no choice but to leave Puerto Rico. But Axel's story is just one of many, as more than 40% of Puerto Ricans are still in the dark nearly 4 months after Hurricane Maria. While folks here on Delmarva may be tired of snow, Axel Ponce is fascinated. Growing up in Puerto Rico, it's his first time experiencing this winter wonderland.
The first time I saw snow, I really wanted to play in it, so I threw myself in with all my clothes on.
Back inside, Axel spends much of his time with his aunt, who says she was desperate to help her family on the island.
I just sent out a message to all of them. I said, whoever wants to come over here, you're more than welcome to come. Just tell me who's coming, and I'm buying your tickets.
Axel's grandmother answered that call.
As soon as she said, I'm not quite ready, I'll eventually go, but can you take my grandson? And I had only met him once when he was 6 years old. And I said, oh my God, yes, send him.
Gladys raised Axel his entire life. She had never been apart from him, but she felt she had no choice.
I knew he had big dreams, and the situation would only delay them. I told myself, it'll take a year for schools to reopen. Even now, they're still being used as shelters.
It was a tough decision, but a grandmother knows best. Axel's now enrolled at Faith Baptist School in Salisbury, all set to follow his dreams.
I want to join the Army or the U.S. Marines because I want to be a pilot.
Dreams his aunt is more than happy to help with.
Even though, he went through this devastation, I think there's a purpose, at least for him, behind all of this, to get him to where he wants to be, or where God wants to lead him.
But even though Axel got a second chance, his grandmother has a message for anyone with the power to help.
Please keep helping us. We're suffering. I'm sorry to get emotional, but so many people still need help.
A cry for help and a long way to go. Now, according to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, most of Puerto Rico should have power by the end of February or early March, but said a complete restoration would likely take until May. With a shovel over his shoulder and a bag full of salt, Joe Smith chose to brave the storm and spread kindness on his day off from work.
I'm just doing a good deed for someone that I love.
That deed is clearing a ramp for a sickly couple.
They depends on me to come over to keep it clean, to shovel out snow and to make sure that they can get out and get to the hospital safely, which is a good thing, and just showing compassion.
But he's not the only one tackling this snow. Jared Miller spent his day with a broom in hand and couldn't even take the day off.
I'm hoping to stay warm. I'm hoping the power doesn't go out, and I'm going to have to keep doing some work for my job anyway, even with a snow day.
Now, there's no secret the ideal snow day is spent indoors, but Aaron Ward saw the blizzard as the perfect chance to make a quick buck. What he didn't expect was using his four-wheeler's blade to get the job done.
It was a package, and we never thought we'd have snow that much around here, but we said, what the heck? And sure enough, we've been able to use it twice so far this year.
And just a few streets over, this massive 18-wheeler was stuck practically in the middle of Route 13. The Wycomico County Sheriff's Office directed traffic away from the truck while two tow truck operators fought to free the monster. One of those operators quickly described the process.
It's nearly impossible on days like this, so I've got to go. We're causing a major traffic incident here, so.
And while most folks here in Salisbury are trying to stay inside and stay warm, others are doing everything they can to escape all this snow.
Nancy Powell's got her bags packed and her mind on vacation. She enjoyed her stay at La Quinta, but she's itching to get going.
A friend and I are leaving shortly to go to Baltimore because we have a flight to Aruba early tomorrow morning.
She's hopeful their car will make it to Baltimore and looking forward to
warm weather and swimming and the beach and pools and having a great time. We'll love it.
So, in other words,
everything that's not happening here, we expect to find in Aruba. And we expect to be there Friday.
High hopes and a positive outlook, but a tricky snow-filled road ahead. Reporting in Wycomico County, I'm Jennifer Marin, WBOC News, Salisbury.
Hagamos un círculo y giremos, y giremos, y giremos.
This is what circle time sounds like at H.O. Brittingham Elementary School in Milton. This is the first year Spanish immersion is offered at HOB, and the program's teacher, Conci Garcia, who moved all the way from Spain, is ecstatic by what she's seen.
They are every day very excited to learn something new. They are waiting that, Señorita Garcia, can you put that song that we... So they love it. And when they arrive at home, all the parents, when we have the conferences, they say, oh my God, they only speak, sing in Spanish. So that makes me so proud of them.
30.
Due to the success of the programs at HOB and Milton Elementaries, Delaware's Board of Education has now approved state funding to offer the program at all 5 elementary schools in the Cape District. A decision Jenny Nauman, principal at Richard A. Shields Elementary School in Lewis, is thrilled with.
Oh my gosh, we are so super excited to have this opportunity for our students and for our families. They say the immersion programs, research has shown that children have better cognitive capabilities and they're just at that ripe age where they can learn another language.
And that other language was voted on by parents.
Our district sent out a survey to find out first if parents in these schools would be interested. And I think the results from the survey really showed that parents were interested. Spanish was the #1 language.
But the program is not mandatory in any of the schools.
The parents will have a choice if they want to be part of the program or not. We will have that opportunity here where they can be in a regular classroom or they can be in this immersion program.
But for Mother Jessica Tyndall, it's a no-brainer.
It's helping kids at a very young age understand and accept cultural diversity and realize that just because you don't speak the same language that I do, you're just like me. You just come from a different place in the world or a different town.
And back at HOB, Principal Ned Gladfelter is a testament to just that.
A lot of the students, the native speakers, are feeling a little more important and valued than they were in the past, and that's really nice to see, so that everyone has this awareness and we're all growing together just to make it more supportive of one another.
A new way of learning, looking to instill lifelong values. Reporting in Sussex County, I'm Jennifer Marin, WBOC News, Milton.
But for parents who struggle financially, that can be really difficult. I met up with a family who struggled a lot this past year, and their pastor who says without WBOC's Bless Our Children campaign, he could not help these folks out and so many others who struggled during the holiday season.
I can't go on the fast.
It's been a year since 3-year-old Edmira was surprised with a very special Christmas gift, her first tricycle. A gift Edmira's grandmother says has put a smile on her face, despite their recent hardships.
June the 5th, we had just a little smoke fire, And in the complex, that's automatic termination of your lease, non-renewal. And they put us out on the spot.
The Red Cross stepped in and gave them money to stay in a motel, but the money ran out and the family found themselves living in a camper.
Which the camper held 8 people, but it was me, 6 kids, my daughter, and my youngest son. No running water or anything.
Times were tough, but they had faith, and their pastor, Daniel Appleby, a pastor who's been working with the Bless Our Children campaign for years, helping families such as Elmira's.
When we bought her the little tricycle last year, she became our poster child. And I know she loves it. She rode it all over the place.
My son in his kids' room.
6 months later, the family is out of the camper and into this home. And as Maria watches her grandkids enjoy their gifts, she has a message for the folks at home.
I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I hope God bless you from your days in the days out.
Over at Pastor Appleby's home, gift wrapping and list checking is a norm on Christmas. But the road to Christmas isn't easy.
When we get help from Bless Our Children, it allows us to do what's in our heart to do, but not in our pocketbook to do. You can understand.
A collaboration filled with kindness, with a special end result.
And we'd like to say another quick thank you to everyone at home for helping us raise so much money this year. As you just saw, your collaboration truly goes a long way for the kids here on Delmarva.
It's a really good job, Jen. Nice story.
Thanks, Charlie. And the next story is your story, and it's so cute.
Mayra Torres y los empleados de pupusería Doña María aún no pueden creer lo que ocurrió el lunes.
No, en verdad no. Casi no pasa esas cosas aquí.
El hombre que ven en pantalla entró al restaurante a eso de las 8:15 de la noche de este lunes. Mayra estaba atrás en la cocina y otro empleado atendió al hombre.
Entró, ordenó nomás una pupusa y después no la quiso, se fue. Y ya cuando regresó otra vez es cuando le robó ahí en el tip tray el muchacho.
Miren con mucho cuidado. Aquí ven cuando el hombre distrae al empleado y rápidamente mete la mano en el tarro de propinas y después se mete el dinero al bolsillo. El empleado nos dijo fuera de cámara que él vio cuando el hombre se embolsó el dinero, pero que su jefe le había dicho a los empleados que nunca confrontaran a un ladrón en esa situación. Ana Pérez entró al restaurante por primera vez hoy y está triste de escuchar lo que pasó.
Es muy triste porque uno viene a trabajar, imagínate, para ganarse un peso y le hagan eso. Y sí, es muy malo de parte de esa persona.
Aunque perdieron sus propinas, los empleados dicen estar feliz de que nadie resultó herido. Y ahora solo tienen este consejo para los demás negocios en el área.
Pongan atención cuando los clientes vengan, no se distraigan tanto para que estas cosas no pasen.
Los empleados de la pupusería le piden a ustedes que si reconocen al hombre que vieron en el video, por favor contacten al Departamento de Policía de Seaford. Reportando desde el condado de Sussex, les informó Jenn Marin para Telemundo del Marva.